In this part, we're going to look at equivalent fractions. So we've got three shapes here, and you can see that the same fraction, the same proportion of each of those shapes is shaded. This symbol means is equivalent to. It just means it's another way of writing the same thing. You can say A plus A is equivalent to 2A as well, for example. So in the red one, we've got three equal sections, two of them are shaded, so that is 2/3 of the shape. On the green one, we've got 6 equal sections and 4 of them are shaded, so that's 4/6. And on the blue one, we've got 15 equal sections and 10 of them are shaded, so that's 10/15. So 2/3, 4/6, and 10/15 are all essentially the same fraction. They are equivalent fractions. And you can make an equivalent fraction by either multiplying or dividing both the numerator, the number on the top, and the denominator, the number on the bottom, by the same number. Looking at these shapes, this one's got twice as many parts as this one, so we need to shade twice as many for it to be an equivalent fraction that's shaded. So to get from 4/6 to 2/3, we divide by 2 on the top to get from 4 to 2, and divide by 2 on the bottom to get from 6 to 3. To get from 2/3 to 10/15, we're going to multiply by 5 on the top and again on the bottom. To put a fraction into its lowest terms, you have to look at it and think, well, what can I divide by, both top and bottom? Bigger the number, the better, but if you don't spot the biggest one straight off, that doesn't matter, because you can always find another number to divide by afterwards. We also call this cancelling down. So yeah, you keep going until you've got no more common factors left. Have a go at these questions. They are on the download that you can print out if you want to, or you can just write them out by hand. Pause the video and press play when you're ready to go through the answers. Answers then. So on the first one, 2/8 we can divide by 2 top and bottom, and we're going to get 1/4. Second one, we can divide by 3 top and bottom. 15 divided by 3 is 5. 18 divided by 3 is 6. So we get 5/6. On the third one, you might not have spotted it. You can actually divide by 24 top and bottom. 48 divided by 24 is 2. And 72 divided by 24 gives you 3. However, most people wouldn't spot that straight off. But you might say, oh, 48 and 72, they're both in the 12 times table. So we do 48 divided by 12 is 4. 72 divided by 12 is 6. So that is 4/6. Oh, and then we can divide top and bottom by 2. So we get 4 divided by 2 is 2, and 6 divided by 2 is 3. So this is the repeating until there are no more common factors. Question 2, fill in the blanks. What have we multiplied by on the bottom to get from 3 to 12? We've multiplied by 4, so we need to multiply by 4 on the top, which gives us 1 times 4 is 4. Looking at going from 1/3 to 6 over something, we've multiplied by 6 on the top to get from 1 to 6. So we need to multiply by 6 on the bottom as well, and we end up with 18 on the bottom. Looking at B, we've multiplied by 4 to get from 5 to 20. So we need to multiply by 4 on the bottom as well. So we get 32 there. And then we've multiplied by 5 to get from 8 to 40. So we need to multiply by 5 on the top as well, and we get 25 on the top. On C, we've divided by 3 to get from 12 to 4. So we need to divide by 3 on the top as well. So we get 3/4. To go from 9/12 to 27 over something, 9 times 3 gives us 27, so we do 12 times 3 and we get 36. Now sometimes you might have to get from a fraction here to a fraction here where this number doesn't actually go into that one. So if that happens, you need to break it down into its lowest terms and then multiply up again. Okay, and this last one, find the pairs of equivalent fractions. So the trick here is you need to cancel them all down into their lowest terms and see which ones are the same. So 3/5, you can't divide 3 and 5 by anything except 1, which won't help you, so that's already in its lowest terms. 6/15, we can divide top and bottom by 3, which gives us 2/5. This one, top and bottom by 2, gives us 2/3. This is already in its lowest terms. 12/16, we can divide top and bottom by 4 to get 3/4, so that's the same as this one. 12/20, if we divide top and bottom by 4 again, we get 3/5, so that is the same as this one. So we can match those two up. 4/5 is already in its lowest terms. 12/18, we can divide top and bottom by 6, giving us 2/3. Now that one was also 2/3, wasn't it? 2/5 is already in its lowest terms, and we already know that this one is 2/5, so we can match those up. And then we've got 3/8, which is already in its lowest terms. So we had 4/6 and 12/18 were both equivalent to 2/3. And 3/4 and 12/16 were the same, but 4/5 is not the same as 3/8. 4/5 is more than a half, 3/8 is less than a half, so they can't be the same. So those are the two odd ones out. So looking at this one, if you were to multiply top and bottom by 2, you get 8/10. If you were to multiply top and bottom by 3, you get 4 3s are 12/5 3s are 15, for example. There's any other number of possible equivalents you could come up with as well. This one, top and bottom by 2, would give you 6/16. Top and bottom by 10 would give you 30/80. So that's a couple of possibilities for that one.